Hello, good morning, everybody. This is Dexter Kendrick. I'd like to welcome you all back to Dexter Kendrick Soul right here on YouTube. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Dexter Kendrick Soul right here on YouTube. Also, Dexter Kendrick Soul on Facebook, Dexter Kendrick Soul on Instagram, and D Kendrick Soul on Twitter to stay up to date with all the most relevant astrological conversations and some really dope soul music. All right, so on Friday, June 17th, Venus, goddess of desire and magnetism, moved into Cancer, where she's going to be visiting and expressing herself through July 21st. And the essence or theme around this movement is called something I'd like to call Love's Wake Up Call. So we know that Venus is the planet and the psychological process within us that involves our relationship with ourselves. Those things that we find to be pleasurable, how we attempt to draw those things that we want toward us, how we intend to use them, is something that is associated with the sign that it's traveling through. And so Cancer in the horoscope, and wherever Cancer lies in your horoscope, is an area where there are latent abilities and areas of your functioning that are on autopilot. And we all, whenever a planet comes to Cancer, it's time for us to wake up to how we're behaving in that area of our lives. The planet will give us an indication of what needs to be awakened to. And Cancer, of course, represents how we'll awaken to it. Cancer is associated with the developmental process of adolescence. You know that when we are 12 and 13 and 14, we have all these different emotions going on, these new feelings happening. And we don't always have wording for those feelings, and so of course we fumble a lot, we cause a lot of breakdowns unnecessarily because we're just in react mode. You can also think about the baby, since in astrology Cancer is also associated with the nadir, or the lowest point of our development. Babies always are in tune with their basic needs. And of course, Cancer, wherever Cancer is located in the horoscope, is associated with what we need in order to feel secure and solid and happy. But babies aren't always effective at communicating what their needs are. And it's not only frustrating to babies that they can't say, hey, I'm hungry, can you feed me? Hey, I'm wet, can you change me? It's also frustrating to those that they're in relationship with, parents, loved ones, babysitters, etc. And so wherever Cancer is located in our chart is an area where we are slowly developing, and an area that is going to constantly need us to step out of our automatic behavior, take a look at how we fall into certain behavioral patterns, and then begin to work with them. Only when we bring it into our consciousness can we work on it. But Cancer, as a water sign, is highly emotional. There's a highly emotional sign. They're in touch with their intuition and feelings, but they don't always understand how those intuition and feelings are translating to people in the outside world, the people that they're relating to. They know how they feel, but they don't know how their behavior is being interpreted by other people. Very interesting, especially since Cancer is ruled by the moon. And we know the moon doesn't give off its own light. It only reflects the light of the sun. So the moon has no awareness of herself until she comes into contact with some other aspect, or the sun, right? They're in a relationship. And so Cancerians, and all of us in the area of our chart, wherever Cancer is located, are unaware of how we are being perceived by other people until they tell us, hey, why are you acting like that? Or, hey, why do you have that tone in your voice? Or, hey, why didn't you return my text message? Did you get it? You know, we don't know how we're behaving and how it's being perceived until somebody calls it. So now that Venus is traveling through Cancer, I highly recommend you go to alabe.com, find out where Cancer is located in your chart for you, what area of life is now receiving a wake-up call with regard to your relationship to yourself, and how your relationship with yourself is being perceived in the outside world, so that you can maximize getting what it is that you need. Of course, we said Cancer represents what it is that we need, and Venus represents what it is that we want. And so a way for us to come into greater relationship with that is to find out what it is that we need and find out how our behavior is communicating that to other people. Because if we want something, and of course Cancer is ruled by the crab, and crabs wear an outer shell of protection. They are extremely vulnerable. Even tossing a crab from the top of a table to the floor can break its shell and kill it. And so that shell of protection not only protects their insides, their inner musculature, but it also prevents things from getting in. And we can think about that in the area Cancer is located with regard to our heart space. if we are having a level of protection or armor against the world and against what we view to be a possible treachery or danger with regard to letting people in, then nothing will be able to get in. And so we have to take a look wherever Cancer is located at, wherever we fall backward into our patterns. Wherever Cancer is located in our chart is an area where we are likely to regress whenever life in the outside world gets too scary or dangerous. That could be in a romantic relationship, that could be in a professional endeavor, that could be getting something started, that could be with regard to parenting. Wherever we decide to go backward and into ourselves when life gets scary is what we can find out about ourselves by finding out where Cancer is located, finding out if there are any challenging aspects during this period of time for you where Venus is located through July 21st. Certainly you can also message me if you need more clarification. I can point you in the right direction about where Cancer lies for you and what Venus is going to be working on for you. During this period of time, also, Venus is going to come into direct opposition with Pluto, who is just across the sky in Capricorn. And so we're going to come into contact with our control nature. And what's very interesting is that Capricorn is associated with authority figures and the level of esteem with which people hold us in. And so, as I've spoken about in previous videos regarding Capricorn and Pluto, we are giving ourselves a funeral in certain areas, whatever area of our life that Capricorn is located in. There are certain aspects of our functioning that need to die, that are already dead, that we have to acknowledge. And so now with Venus, the planet of relationships, the relationship we have with ourselves, waking us up, asking us to wake up to how we're behaving and contributing to our comfort and our discomfort, we are going to be visited by aspects of our relationship nature. And wherever Capricorn is located in your chart is going to be directly oppositional to Venus, which means all relationships and confrontations are going to have a level of truth-telling. And so it's going to be important for us to have I statements at this time. I feel like such and such. This is my truth. I'm unapologetic about my truth. I can do what I can to filter it, but Pluto is the death-dealing aspect of ourselves that allows us to move to a higher level of consciousness by letting go of something unabashedly that is draining us. And in order to do that, you have to rip away the veil of nicety and say just what is. With Pluto traveling through Capricorn and Venus traveling through Cancer right now, I'm waking up to aspects of myself that I realize have contributed to my discomfort and pain. This is an aspect of my relationship that I see with you that needs to change and needs to go. And if that means you have to go as well, then so be it, because I'm claiming back my power. Wherever Pluto is located is where we recognize we've given our power away to other people and circumstances, and we decide to take it back, which usually brings about an end to that relationship or circumstance. So, once again, be blessed. Venus is traveling through Cancer until July 21st. This is a wake-up call to love. Don't forget to message me at Dexter Kendrick Soul on Facebook, Dexter Kendrick Soul on Instagram, D Kendrick Soul on Twitter. Message me if you have questions about where to find out where Cancer is located for you, what aspects Venus is going to have for you, if Venus is going to be challenging or more harmonious for you. I'm happy to have that conversation and point you in the right direction. Be blessed. I'll be back soon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, Dexter Kendrick Soul. Take care.